and welcome to today's sequence with me, Lucy. We've got a nice, short and gentle sequence today, perfect to set you up in the morning for the rest of your day. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. We're going to start with a little bit of breath work or pranayama. Just remember as you move throughout today's practice, as always, do what feels best for you and your body today. Take it easy if you need to, especially if you are practicing this first thing in the morning. Be gentle as we move through. So hopefully you found yourself in a nice comfortable seat, finding just a little bit of length through your spine, so rooting down through the tailbone, crown of the head floating towards the ceiling. Relaxing the elbows down towards the body, relaxing the shoulders down and away from the ears. Take a nice big breath in and a breath out just to arrive. And when you feel ready, gently closing the eyes. And just beginning to establish a connection to your breath today. In this first moment, not feeling like you have to force or change anything, but just simply noticing or becoming witness to the breath. And in this first few moments, you might notice some thoughts or thinking. Perhaps the mind preparing itself for the day ahead. See if you can allow those thoughts to pass you by. Stay focused as much as you can on the rhythm of your breath. And from here we're going to just begin to add a couple of counts onto our breath. So we're going to be breathing in for a count of 4. And breathing out for a count of 4. I'll talk you through. So let's take one breath together to prepare. So breathing in fully. Breathing out to empty the lungs. And breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to take the same breath pattern again, but we're going to begin to add some movement onto the breath, pairing the breath and the body. So this time as we inhale for 4, we reach the arms up and overhead. So we go inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Find a little stretch here at the top and then exhale, press the palms all the way back down. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing the hands gently onto the legs. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, drop your chin down towards your chest. And just taking some semicircles through the head and the neck here, rolling the ear to one shoulder and then over to the other side. And take this nice and gently. So particularly if this is the first thing you're practicing today, keep it really soft. So as we sleep throughout the night, particularly at the top of the shoulders and the neck, we can build up a little bit of tension. So move slowly, and if you can, keep your attention on those nice, full and deep breaths. Feeling free to pause at any point that you might find somewhere that needs a little bit more love today. And then after another couple of breaths, making your way back to center, and let's take some circles through the shoulders now. And again, keeping this nice and gentle. These movements can be as big or as small as you need them to be today. Just feeling this nice opening of the chest as you draw the shoulders back. Let's take one more. And then releasing the shoulders as you inhale. Now reach the arms up overhead. Catch hold of opposite hands, interlace the fingers. Turn the palms up towards the ceiling and extend through the body. Take a big breath in. Keep rooting down through the sit bones. As you breathe out, taking a nice stretch to the side. Swaying palm tree seated. Inhale to center. Exhale over to the other side, and just taking a couple of repetitions of this. Just beginning to open into the sides of the body. Let's take one more each way. And then inhale to come to center. Exhale, maintain all that length through the torso, but just release the arms. Bringing the hands to the lap once again, we're going to find a twist. So bringing your right hand across the body, find the left knee or the thigh. Take the left hand around behind you to support. Breathing in, grow tall. All that length that we just created, see if you can maintain that. And then exhale, guides you into your twist. And we pause here. Let's take one more breath, breathing in to grow tall. Breathing out, seeing if you can use those abdominals to draw you into a slightly deeper twist. And then inhale all the way back through center. We'll take that on the other side. Left hand to the right knee or thigh. Right hand behind you to support. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale to twist. Maybe thinking here about just inviting the shoulder blades together behind the back slightly. And notice how that opens really softly through the front of the chest, really subtle movements. And then again, finding your breath. And take one more breath here, breathing in, breathing out. And then inhale, maintain all that length as you come all the way back through center. Bring the hands around behind you now to release the legs out in front. And we're going to plant the soles of the feet on the floor to find a little bit of movement through the spine, some extensions and some flexions. So bringing the hands behind you, planting the palms into the floor. As you inhale now, lift the chest up and forwards and lift the gaze as you squeeze the shoulders together behind the back. As you exhale, curl into the belly, rounding into the back. You're going to drop off your sit bones slightly, bend into the elbows. Drop your chin towards your chest. You feel this nice rounding in the back. Inhale, we lift. Open the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, we round. One more. Inhale to lift. Coming up onto the sit bones. Exhale, round. Inhale to come back to a neutral spine, taking those feet around to one side to find your tabletop position. Knees directly below the hips, wrists below the shoulders, spread the fingers, cat-cow. So as we inhale here, we lower the belly, lift the chest. So very similar to the movement we just had. Lift the gaze, nice arching through the spine. As you exhale now, rounding into your cat stretch, press into the hands, the tops of the legs. And find this nice doming at the shoulder blades. And we repeat, inhale. Take your time as you come into that nice cow pose, arching through the spine. And exhale, rounding into your cat stretch. And again, inhale. Cow pose. Exhale into your cat stretch. Taking just a couple more of these. Finding a bit of mobility through the spine. Keeping it nice and smooth, nice and slow. And don't worry if you get a little bit lost with the breath. Just making sure that you are still breathing, so not holding the breath at all. And then making this one that you're on your last one, coming back to a nice neutral spine. From here, begin to walk your hands over towards the left. Anchor your hips in place, anchor your knees in place. Take a breath in, feel nice and long in the spine. And as you exhale, press into the fingertips to begin to press your hips all the way back towards your heels. You don't have to come all the way back here, we just want to find a stretch into the right side of the body. Inhale draws us forwards, so we're moving with the breath. Exhale, draw the hips back. One more, inhale forwards. Exhale back. Inhale to come forwards, wander the hands back through centre, and then sending the hands over to the right this time. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, draw the hips back. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to come to centre, walking those hands back in underneath the shoulders. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, send the hips all the way back towards your heels for your child's pose. We're going to find a nice stretch through the shoulders here. So we're going to bring the palms of the hands together in a prayer pose, keeping the forehead relaxing down towards the floor, keeping the belly and the chest melting down towards the thighs. We're going to lift the tips of the fingers, lift the hands, tips of the fingers point towards the ceiling. You might like to increase the stretch by just wandering the elbows slightly further forwards and slightly closer together, but keeping your hips anchoring back towards your heels. Breathing deeply. One more breath here. And gently releasing your hands. Find an inhale as you draw the body forwards, coming back into your tabletop. Spread the fingers. Tucking the toes behind you now. Downward facing dog. Reach the hips back towards the heels and then high towards the ceiling. You might like to keep a nice generous bend in your knees, particularly if this is the first downward facing dog of your day. Feel free to take any movement that feels good for you. Just beginning to wake up into the backs of the legs. Feeling that nice support through the abdominal, so there's a gentle lift of the belly button supporting your pose here. Let's take one more breath. And then beginning to wander your feet forwards and at the same time wander your hands back. So you come to about halfway up your mat. Bend the knees as much as you need to. And take a nice gentle forward fold over the legs here. And you might like to catch hold of opposite elbows and take a gentle sway or rock from side to side. Releasing any tension in the back of the neck. Again, the hamstrings, the backs of the legs might be somewhere we feel particularly tight in the morning, so really bend the knees if that feels better for you here. Really making sure that we're folding from the hips and not from the back, the lower back. So if you are feeling quite an excessive curving or rounding in the back, maybe bend the knees even more. And then let's release the hands here, bending into the knees, roll up through the spine, catch an inhale, draw yourself all the way up to stand. And then from here, wrapping the hands around behind the back, again, catch hold of opposite hands, interlace the fingers, soften the knees, draw the knuckles back and down, open the chest, lift the gaze. Take one more breath here. And then soften the elbows to release the hands. Feet beneath the hips. Take a breath in as you reach the arms up. And a breath out, draw the hands down at heart center. And gently bowing your head in gratitude to yourself for your practice this morning or today, for showing up and for being as you are, always enough. I hope you go on to have a lovely day. Take care, and I hope to see you again soon.